It's time for episode 68. We're going to talk about walkability and real estate here in the Denver metro area. And we're going to talk about homes for sale in walkable areas. We're going to talk about the benefits of living in a walkable area. And it's, I think, somewhat self-explanatory, but we'll talk about why it's important, why people love it, and why it's trending even more, nowadays with this younger generation of home buyers. So let's kick it off, you guys. What do you mean by walkability? What does that even mean?
It's the accessibility to resources, right? Or how accessible they are.
Yeah, that you don't need a car to get to. So you want to go to the grocery store, can you walk to the grocery store and walk home? Versus having to take a car there because it's 15 minutes or wherever it may be.
Public transportation or whatever it may be.
Bars, restaurants, haircutter, like
groceries,
all kinds of stuff.
Dentists.
Yeah. Everything
pet
you need
grooming.
Without having to get in a car.
The essentials.
Okay. So what are what would you guys say, like the best walkable areas in the Denver metro area that you think are high on the
walk
scores?
Are we talking cities or are we talking like specific communities?
Neighborhoods? Like certain neighborhoods, communities.
I would throw out Lodo, so lower Denver. Anything, honestly, kind of around the ballpark area is where a lot of the most dense restaurants, places to go, things to do, groceries, all that stuff is. So I think when people think of walkable, they're usually thinking of a downtown area. So downtown Denver, there's definitely a lot of walkable areas there where if you're in a condo or apartment, you don't have to have a car.
Yeah.
You're seeing, a big shift is where the first floor of a building is the commercial entity, and then there's residential stuff up above. So that's and that'll help you live in that downtown area.
When we're talking about like Denver, like specific communities in Denver, the one that pops up the most as far as highest walkability score in Denver, and this one I'm sure could be argued, but we're seeing a lot of Capitol Hill pop up as number one. Actually, that's number one in all of Colorado, quite honestly.
5 points.
93 walk score. Yeah, that's strong.
I'm getting 94 on this one.
Does it still count as walkable if you ride a scooter, though, like everywhere?
No, it just adds to the fun.
Okay.
As long as it's two people in a suitcase.
Because you can get those things.
A scooter score.
The scootability. Over, man.
Yeah, scootability.
That's right. Just shift it to scootability. More people are riding those things, it seems like. But yeah, why do people love Cap Hill so much? What do you guys think?
It's kind of like in the heart of Denver. If you're not like on 16th Street Mall, Cap Hill is kind of like the center of it all. In my opinion, I think you're just about a couple blocks away from everything.
Gorgeous architecture, right?
Yep.
Like Civic Center.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and even the homes there's a lot of homes that were like built early 1900s that have a lot of character and charm to them.
Totally.
I think a lot of people really enjoy having that sort of, older house. You can hang out on your front porch, see some of your neighbors, see people walking around.
Yeah.
More of a sense of community, I guess. And I know there's a lot of like local spots there too. Like my friends who live there, they'll have a coffee shop where they're always going. Like, there's a concept of like a third space of if, people are always at home now with work at home, and then they don't really interact with people outside of that. So having that third space of like a coffee shop or just, shopping nearby you, a restaurant, a bar, that's a great way to kind of have that sense of community. And the people that you're meeting are local people who live around you as well.
Yeah.
So.
You go to a museum, right? It's walkable nearby, specialty stores. There's all kinds of art galleries, different things like that are within striking distance. So,
what you pay for in the property, you typically make up in affordability, not having to, car and maintenance and insurance and that type of stuff. So, and a lot less stress.
Good point.
Home values are going to be higher because people are willing to pay more for, let's say, the same home in that sort of area where they're going to be able to walk to things and be kind of
location matters in real estate?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
You know what? I think
3 times.
Like I lived in Barcelona for a year and in Valencia, Spain for a year. And I think if I did not have that time, I would be like clueless to this because I grew up in the suburbs. I've never really before that, I'd never experienced city life. But I think that there's just like this certain happiness that comes over you when you're outside more. You get more like walking and just like being in motion like makes you happier naturally, I think. And so I think there's like a lot of like, I don't know, just like the good vibes of like being out, being more connected with people. You have more interactions with people. I feel like we're all like starving for human interaction because we're on our screens so much. So there's a lot about walkability that more so than just the fact that things are close and I can get there fast.
And people pay for it for sure.
And it's healthy too. So
I mean, living in Highlands, I can get to the grocery store in 3 minutes in my car. So is it really like the speed of getting there, or is it more like the connection and the like?
I think it's both.
Sense of.
I think there is because like I don't know. I guess the issue though that you have with the walkability scores, typically the higher walkability scores have the worst traffic.
and worse parking.
And worse parking.
Yeah.
So like you may sacrifice some of the speed, but honestly, if it's only a block away, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to take that long anyway.
Right.
Anecdotally, not in a walkable city either. I had a buddy and his car broke down and he started walking everywhere and he said it cured his depression.
Wow. Yeah.
So like walking places, getting sunlight.
There's some that, there's something to be
Sunlight
said
and
about
exercise,
it.
you guys, like that's one of the most.
Vitamin D3.
I was so happy in Spain, and I like it was inconvenient to wait for the next train or wait for the next subway or wait for the next bus all the time because I never had a car when I was out there. But it was I just had a lot of joy when I was out there, honestly, just because of being outside more, talking to people all the time, having interactions, whether it was just like passing people, like common transaction type interaction or whatever. Like it just felt like we were happier.
I think you notice more. So you go in one neighborhood and drive to it. You're worried about not running over a pedestrian and parking and whatever else.
Yeah.
You take away all of that stress and just walk there. So when I lived in New York City, that was one of the biggest things that I noticed is I didn't drive a whole lot. I had a car, but it was very infrequent that I would drive. We would just take the subway into the Manhattan and just go to some place with a line, and that's where we ate. And it was a great experience, and I experienced a whole lot more and got to see a lot more of the culture and the people, and it was just a whole different experience. And like you said, I was not only happier, I felt a lot healthier because I was eating out and having all sorts of fun food, but I was walking a lot. There were some days I walked 20 miles in a day.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you're fit, you're in good shape when you're walking, moving that much. And
you appreciate good footwear.
Yeah, that too.
It sucks when it's negative 10 degrees outside.
He goes to a line, finds a line, and then waits in the line because he knows that's where the good food is.
That's where the good food is.
That's awesome. Most people avoid those, but you go right at them. And I think more people are craving the European dream these days of just that connectability, right? Of being in a big city with lots of things around you that you can see and people that you can interact with. So I think
I like the red-blooded American dream.
I like that too.
That'll move me into, unless we have other points on that, 5 points. As far as like culture, seeing where you are, paying attention to what's around you. There's a lot going on in 5 points nowadays. A lot of concerts. If you're into hip hop culture, nightlife, soul food, trendy like thrift stores, stuff like that. I think 5 points is a really vibrant neighborhood. So
5 points is kind of the southeast corner of I-70 and I-25.
It's the community just north of Cap Hill.
Mm-hmm. Right. And there's been a big revival effort. I think there's been, especially in recent years, a lot more younger people moving into that area and a lot of businesses springing up to cater to that sort of crowd. So I think a lot of people who are looking for that walkability are also looking for things to do, kind of a culture of like, hey, we're getting out of the house, we're doing stuff, rather than the suburbs where it's like, oh, I'm going to wave at my neighbor when I see him, but past that, we're not going to interact too much.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I would have said whether or not, if it's walkable, doesn't mean it's a great neighborhood. 5 Points was a rough neighborhood a while ago, but they have turned that place around,
cleaned it up,
180.
Yep.
And it's a pretty cool spot now. Yeah, and the walkability it's great.
Yeah. So
very central.
Also, if you're one that partakes in going out to the bars late at night or whatever else, you don't have to worry about taking an Uber and all the other stuff. You can just walk home.
True.
It can be significantly cheaper than hopping in a car and getting pulled over and walking a line. So
absolutely, and walking back with your buddies at the end of the night and not paying $40-$50 is a win by all means.
And a lot of independent music venues too, and 5 Points,
Cervantes, Ballroom. They have 2 stages, so there's a lot of indie artists that perform on their smaller stage, a lot more local acts. Nice. So if you're trying to get tapped into like the local music scene, that's a great place to go.
Yeah, that's great. And then next on the list, as far as walk score goes, with an 86 walk score, is Baker and South Broadway, which we've seen that blow up over the last 10 years, like really go crazy, value-wise too, with real estate just going up and up and up. Before it was just kind of too far south, right? For some people, like they wanted to be more connected and more walkable. But now that they've got more and more like bars and restaurants, and it's like kind of the art district there too on South Broadway. So you've got a lot of that, that just get Broadway's, wider street gives it a lot of life. There's, is it the Gothic Theater that's right there too, or Ogden? It's the Gothic.
No, it's not the Ogden.
Yeah, it's the Gothic Theater that's right there. So you got a couple of those that are close by too, where you get some good concert venues, and so a lot of attraction there in South Broadway as well, especially if you're an art person.
Art and walking, they literally have an art walk each month. I believe it's the first Wednesday of each month, but I'd have to double check. You can look it up, the Santa Fe Art Walk. It's really popular on South Broadway. There's a lot of art galleries there, and so they'll actually shut down the street to make it even more walkable. There's like food truck vendors, there's restaurants, they'll have like live music in the streets, there'll be people like painting live in the places. And so if you're looking to do a date night or just like a fun night out with friends and have the option to walk and not even worry about cars, the Santa Fe Art Walks are awesome.
That's awesome. They also have over 100 antique shops. So you can go treasure hunting is what they call it, right? In Sobo or South Broadway. So like it's kind of a big deal where you got like record stores, you've got like different vintage like antique shops. You can go do that and have some fun just looking around.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff down there. Like there's a bar called like Your Grandma's House, where the whole thing is decorated like Grandma's house. All their glasses are like these weird random glasses that you would see. So there's a lot of cool kind of trendy, interesting stuff down there.
Some thrift shops. Never spent $50 on a t-shirt ever. All right, next we got Highlands with a walk score of 85. So Highlands on the west side of Denver. And you get some incredible views looking down at the city because it's kind of like a downhill view. And it's really like 32nd and Lowell is kind of where it starts up to like 38th and Tennyson. Those streets right there, it's about like 6 blocks by 5 blocks, something like that. But the Highlands is a really cool neighborhood, and lots of life on the streets, like incredible restaurants up there, and lots of art districts too. I mean, just art galleries and different things that you can explore. But it's within striking distance to Denver. But the walkability within the neighborhood there is incredible with just all the craft breweries, bars, nightlife. There's quite a bit there.
Yeah, very chic bars. There's like a lot of trend-setting restaurants. Linger. If you're a foodie and you're looking for like a really cool experience restaurant, I'd say that's the area to start looking. There's just a lot of restaurants with really respected chefs that are doing stuff down there. So if you're a foodie like me, I think that's definitely the spot as far as Denver goes.
And you're just across the highway from Coors Field.
Yep. Coors Field, where that becomes a party all the time. I mean, Rockies game or not, there's
always something going on.
Yeah, and Lodo, there's a lot going on. And South Lower Highlands is called Low High, and so lots of boutiques, bookstores, all kinds of stuff there, and it's a cool place to hang out. So just walking around, I mean, daytime or nighttime, you're going to see some cool stuff there in the Highlands, and the real estate is awesome. The Victorians in the Highlands and Tudor type floor plans and architecture from the late 1800s to early 1900s. Those things about 20 years ago went nuts. Everybody started flipping those and just creating a ton of value and remodeling those homes. And now, I mean, the price per square foot over there is $1,000 a square foot in a lot of cases. So it's a little bit crazy compared to $300 to $400 in a lot of the suburbs and other areas a little further out. So but you get what you pay for in walkability if that's your thing. which is kind of cool.
Well, in the Highland, you also got the Denver Botanic Gardens is kind of right on the edge there. You got the museum, the aquarium. So a lot of the like major things to do in Denver are kind of around that neighborhood as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Isn't the first REI there as well?
Oh yeah, right on the river. They got a big REI.
Awesome. Then another area that's really growing in popularity is La Alma or Lincoln Park, which is a little closer to like Santa Fe on the south side of town, right at like 4th Avenue and Auraria is kind of where that all starts. And you're saying kind of considered up to 12th and Osage, basically.
It's like Colfax down and east of I-25 there.
Yeah, 13th and Spear would be kind of the main cross streets. It's right by the Civic Center. And there's a lot of really cool stuff down there. I think a good example is like Buckhorn Exchange.
Yeah, that's a cool restaurant.
That's a beautiful restaurant.
Where Buffalo Bill used to frequent right, when he was here. And they've got like ostrich that they had all kinds of wild.
If you're a meat eater, that's a great place to go. It's one of the oldest continuously running bars or restaurants in Denver
from the 1800s.
Yeah.
And
you can walk there from Lincoln Park.
And
doesn't the light rail stop right in front of it?
It does.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like right there.
Yep.
and the bar was like imported from Germany, like in the upstairs level. So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
That's where you can get the all famous Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I think there's
Don't
always...
ask me what they are.
Yeah.
We have a lot of oysters in Denver.
When you have...
PG. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no.
still talking about oysters.
When you have a walkable area, there's kind of that synergy where there's going to be cooler businesses, interesting stuff to do around there because they're getting more foot traffic. So they just kind of go off each other. Another favorite of mine down there is Domo. It's a Japanese restaurant. They take no reservations. You just show up, wait like 2 hours, but the food is worth it.
Wow.
So good.
Brock will be there if there's a line. I love Japanese food. I got to check that out. That's my favorite food.
Domo is great. I have a buddy, like he goes there all the time. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Also, the Latino art community is big and vibrant there, and then they've got lots of rooftop restaurants and that sort of thing as well. So definitely a good one to check out there in Lincoln Park.
And there's an outdoor pool in their park too that's pretty popular. Every time I've driven past, I can't think of the name of the park, but there's always people there and kids running through the water and stuff. So
that's awesome. Just south of Denver, like Metro State University too. So you've got a college campus that's just north of that. So awesome. And then Platt Park is another one. It's got a walk score of 82. So still in the 80s, which is really good for walk scores. A lot of just like the suburban areas are like walk score 35 or something like that. So we're talking about like the best of the best here. Lots of stuff around it. And Platt Park, what do people love about that? Any thoughts on Platt Park? Some amazing real estate, tons of scrapes. So you've seen a lot of these homes that have been scraped and rebuilt, like this amazing home that looks and fits the community really well.
There's a lot of that
some
going
modern
on there.
touch. And real estate is valuable there as well.
That's, and it's funny because they've got to go through a crazy permitting process for that, because I see they'll tear down one and it's not always one that they put up. It'll be like a duplex, or it'll be like a multi-floor, multi-generational home. Like it's, and they're just big squares. It seems like some of them are just like this big square box house that's really nice inside. But
and a lot of like big tree lined streets, like mature landscaping and things out there. So if you are walking, it's not like a tiny little sidewalk next to a road. Like there's usually a big area of grass with some trees. Then you've got your sidewalk. There'll be people on their front stoop. I know there's a house down there that they have a little black cat that just runs up and gets belly rubs from everybody who walks by. It's like a famous cat.
That's why you're not superstitious.
Yeah, I guess you don't want him to cross your path, but if you see a black cat that runs up to you in that neighborhood, he loves being pet. He's like a dog.
They've got the Pearl Street's a big attraction there. They've got the Pearl Street Pumpkin Patch. Have you ever done that?
I haven't myself.
Have you seen the Urban Garden there?
No, that's with Denver Urban Gardens. Yeah. Doug is great.
I know you're a gardener, so that's awesome.
they've got if you want a really good burger, Park Burgers over there.
Parkburger, yeah.
Parkburger
kind
a
of in
lot.
between Platt and Wash Park
Yep,
there.
yep.
And then you've got
if you wanna-
Kaus Pizzeria is awesome. I love Kaus. We did that a few years ago, and it was
one
amazing.
of my favorite little guitar shops is right across the street from Parkburger too. It's the Denver the Denver Folklore Center. So it's all like mandolins, acoustic guitars, banjos, like all that kind of stuff, and they're like really high end ones. So if you're looking for like a really nice Martin or whatever type of guitar you want to play,
A good Les Paul.
Well,
they usually don't sell electric out there. It's not as many electrics, but I love that. It's a cool little area. Just like on that corner of where Parkburger is, got a lot of cool little spots right there.
That's awesome.
Well, speaking of high end, I think another great walkable neighborhood is Cherry Creek. That's one where I would emphasize, like, I feel very, very safe in Cherry Creek.
Yeah.
If I was like a girl going out alone or with a group of girls, I'd say Cherry Creek is what I would recommend. It's walkable. There's a lot of like high-end boutiques, coffee shops, really trendy bars that are like always full of people, always a lively environment in there. So Cherry Creek is definitely walkable, and they're doing a big expansion to add some more trails to the actual Cherry Creek. We've done a podcast episode about it if you're interested in that. But I think Cherry Creek is a great option too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Cherry
you can-
Creek Mall is right there, and then
Yep.
incredible real estate close to Cherry Hills Country Club and all that too. So there's like a lot of notoriety with Cherry Creek within the
Nice
Denver area.
restaurants too. Yeah,
Yep.
a little bit higher end out there, but very walkable indeed.
Definitely. Awesome. And then we got a couple others. Berkeley, which is just north of the Highlands, is also growing in popularity. Like there, Sunnyside, a couple areas that are connected and getting more and more walkable. Still have low 80s walking scores. And Whittier is another one that's growing in popularity.
I know nothing about that.
81.
One.
Yeah.
I've never. I don't even know if I've ever shown a house. I should admit that, but
It's just east of 5 Points.
Right.
So
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff in 5 Points you can pretty much access. I know they have a big dog park there that a lot of people go to.
Another areas that's just turning around. Like the used to be rougher as far as crime
the
goes,
north
and now
side
it's
of
better.
Denver for sure.
Yeah.
is making a turn.
Yep. So yeah, they just continue to develop commercial and walkable things right in these neighborhoods, and using every part of Denver. All these different pockets, and so they each have their own personality. It's pretty fun. You've got some fun restaurants, in each side of town too. So depending on what you value the most, whether it's like the art galleries or the eateries, bars, nightlife, there's something for you around the Denver metro area, which is
And
pretty cool.
Whittier actually won Neighborhood of the Year 2022 from 5280. So speaking of it, kind of being on the rise as well
Yeah.
as 5 Points, I think, rising tides rise all ships.
It's awesome. And then Congress Park, Cheeseman Park, Wash Park. We haven't even
Park.
mentioned any of those, and they
Yeah.
all have like a ton of walkability, like all of those places.
Lincoln Park.
And so there's a lot there that you can explore if you're downtown, and just great places to check out if you want that more of that urban feel as far as your living environment goes. And we frequent these areas too as far as showing homes in there. So if you have interest in looking at walkable homes and that's the priority for you, give us a call. You've got all of our information below, and also there's some other cool ones like outside. Maybe you don't want to be right in the middle of town, but you want to be kind of like Jackson said with Cherry Creek, like a little removed from it. We've got some really cool suburban like walkable areas too, like Belmar, like South Glen, Park Meadows area. Like there's
Edgewater, Sloan's
Edgewater's a good
Lake
one.
is a great one.
Yep. So we can coach you through that and talk through like what's most important to you, and then help you find it in a neighborhood here where you'll be really happy, hopefully for years to come. So thanks for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.